so timely to have someone with your expertise here because the holiday season is wrought with all these expectations and rituals and uh, gatherings of folks that end up making it. It can be a beautiful season, and it can also be very stressful.
Yes.
And so, I wanted to invite you so that you can share um, the somatic experience with folks, how important it is to touch base with your body,
Yeah.
especially during times of high stress.
Yes.
Get that wisdom,
Yeah.
and yeah. So let's start by
Yeah.
sharing sharing your journey, if you don't mind. I always find it so helpful to share with folks other folks' journeys because once you hear people's journeys, you realize you're not the only one,
Yes.
and right, you can make it through.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Thank
Absolutely.
you for being here. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you so much for having me. Thank you so much for having me. And given that the moment that we're in and the question you started with, if it's okay if I answer that first,
Yeah, please.
which is that just little bits of wisdom about this particular time that we're in. And I appreciate your framing of the holiday season because we expect it's time for family, it's time for gatherings and it's time for get-togethers. And that can indeed be a very stressful time because your family of origin, the families that you've married into,
Mhm.
those families can be very difficult and stressful to be with. And when we step back into our families of origin, we step back into so much, our past relationships with our parents, our birth order and what it brings for tensions and relationships to our siblings, our cousins, the stories people have about who you are and how you're supposed to show up. And
Yes.
those things can start to weigh on you long before you walk through the door, or if you're receiving, long before people come in through the door to your home.
Mhm.
So having a practice of pausing and noticing what shows up when you think of, when you imagine certain events really is it's a key for it's a key that unlocks the information you need in
Mm,
terms of how to take care of yourself.
mhm.
If there is constriction, there's closing in, there's racing heart, all of those things that are your body in one way or another warning you or letting you know that there's tension there, and pay attention to those tensions. And what can you do for yourself to unwind them, to allow them to move through before you go into the environments that may or may not, that may be stressful for you, right? Those are signs of constriction, signs of stress.
Yeah.
The other thing to notice is where there's expansion. Where in your body is there like an invitation and an opening, right? When you think of that one particular aunt, there's just so much warmth that shows up. There's a relaxing in your shoulders and a ready invitation. And can you use that to sort of temper the constriction, right? Can you move into, I feel the tension about what I know is coming, and there's this possibility of warmth, and then moving between the two very slowly in your own body. So there are ways to kind of think as, you know, we don't tend to think of our bodies unless they hurt, unless something.
Yeah, 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 absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, but this, thing that you're walking around with is an information system. I call it technology. It gives you
Yes.
information about what you might need and how you may need to relate to yourself and others. So pay attention this holiday season as you're moving in. If you are choosing to participate in the Thanksgiving holidays coming up, if that's your choice, pay attention to how your body is communicating with you about what it might need to be able to show up fully. And then if it's possible, give that to yourself and give that. And so you can give something to others, right? Feel
Exactly. Your
how,
best version. That's
Mhm.
the
Yeah.
thing is that if we check in, we can bring our best selves
Yes.
to the conversation, to the table,
Mhm.
whatever it is. Uh,
Yeah,
but
and during notice if you need pauses.
that's right.
Notice if you need moments to disengage, and check in with yourself, right? If you are feeling overflowed, overwhelmed, this is too much and it's intense, maybe a few moments outside for a quick walk around might be what you need. A few moments to ground, a few minutes to connect with someone individually as opposed to the large groups. So notice moments that you can give yourself
Yes.
some space and time to refill in order to be able to come back.
That's
And there's
right.
a lot of pressure to participate in ways that may seem like the loving thing to do. And it may not always be the most loving thing for yourself.
That's
So,
right. That's right. For
it,
those of us who are introverts, and I know
Mhm.
most people that know me probably wouldn't believe, but I actually energetically, I'm an introvert. And
Mhm.
so I have to be apart to recharge.
Yes. Or people who are highly sensitive. You
Yes,
might
that
be
too.
the most outgoing extrovert there is, but you're highly sensitive and you walk into the space and you
Feel
can pick
everything.
up all the things that are going on and it's
Right.
weighing on you. And so whatever the way you show up in spaces are, knowing what they are and caring for your own needs. Uh,
That's
too.
beautiful. That's a beautiful way to start. Thank you for that. I mean,
Mhm.
there's so much insight there and a lot to unpack.